Okie dokie. Hi again. Let's see that everything is working. I'm hoping that it is. So today we're going to be playing with icing pastes. And Sharon will be joining in and helping with questions. Naturally, I will do. Hi, Monica. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I know it's quite soon after holidays, but maybe you got kind of rested during the holidays and now you're in your creative mode and want to try something new, or then just like relax, sit back and see what we're going to do. Hi. So I'm hoping that everything is okay. If somebody doesn't hear me or doesn't see anything, please let me know. I'll try to keep an eye on the chat as well. Good morning, hello, hello. Hi Taru. Siis heippa, ja suomekin voi puhua. Hi Kim. Hi everyone. Sorry about my voice. It's the bloody, let me say bloody flu. It doesn't go away. It's been over a month, I think. Hey Mari. So these are just some samples I prepared for the show. And naturally I'm going to do something as well, but it's easier for me to show if I have something ready. And I think are rather interesting for you as well than just seeing something like this, but in a project form. So I'm thinking everything is working. Thank you so much for joining today. So, oh, it's not 9 yet because it's 9 in the evening here. It's been a really bad storm in Finland, when in Finnish scale. That's breaking the records. So I'm hoping that the internet will stay on. I'm living in the capital, so usually there's not shortage of energy or anything here, but still, let's hope that everything goes smoothly. So great to see you here. Oh, now it's 9 p.m. So I'm going to be doing techniques and showing these lovely thingies. I'm not sure if you have them already. There's 10 colors and I have 7, as you can see, so I'm short of 3, but I'll show you these that I have. And first I thought to open each and every jar for this, but then I thought that maybe you want to see what's it like when it's coming straight out of the packaging. So there's the lid, and under the lid there's a cardboard circle. Naturally you can keep this in, but I always remove it because, well, I'm an impatient crafter. Let me open one that is already open. So I just tear the foil away. Naturally, if you keep it and keep this one on top as well, it will stay secured and last longer because it's more airtight that way. But underneath the cardboard circle, which is a perfect material for journaling or something, I don't throw those actually away. I'm a hoarder, yeah. So there's this foil cap, which you can either remove totally if you're like me and you just want to stick your fingers and stencils and whatever into the jar, or then just open it slightly and then keep it closed, because the less contact with air, the longer it stays. These are like, well, they go a long way and they don't dry immediately, naturally. But if you want to just be sure, then leave it on. But if you're like me and want to have the medium easily available right away when you open the jar, then just remove the cap. And let's do one, as I have the medium here. These are really creamy. So technique number one, when you're removing the lid, I'm just pressing it down. And this could be kind of a bland, or how do you say, breaking the page. First layer, not looking that pretty, but when you add something on top, or like color it, or then you would have a black surface. So that's really easy to have texture, because as you can see, I'm trying to show you, it's really creamy, so you can get these all raised areas, and so easily, just 1, 2, 3, it's done. But yeah, I also prepared this one. Let me just move this aside for a second. As you can see, there's white and black, because these are not like the Opal Magic ones. There's some difference in some colors, like a teeny tiny difference, but mainly they are the same on both surfaces. So as I have now the green one open, let me just get the color name. It's Lucky Emerald. So let's apply it here. And as you can see, there's maybe a teeny tiny difference in the color between the black and the white surface, but mostly the same. Then, as I now have paste here, let's do this. This was Sharon's idea. I mean, she's ingenious, right? Because you can dilute them. And what I found out, that I'm just taking a damp brush or wet brush, and then moving over. As you can see with the black surface, you can kind of see the color more with the diluted one. But unlike, for example, if you had just mica, because Finnabair's mica powders don't have fixative or binding material in them, but if you use these, nothing comes loose. The binder is really strong. So even if you dilute them, you don't get smudges, but actual color. So let's do another one. This one is called Rose Gold. One of my favorites, actually. Again, really creamy. These are perfect for stenciling, as you can see a bit later. Now let's do the diluted version. Waste none. There we go. Let me get that a bit closer. As you can see, not much difference in the color. So maybe we'll do a color that actually has some difference, at least when I diluted it. So this one is the Frosty Pearl. Really gorgeous. It's not totally opaque. So whereas on top of white, you can see the beautiful shine, but on top of black, because it's not totally opaque, it turns a bit silvery. And let's do the diluted version. Oh, no, it didn't autofocus. Come on, focus on the table now. Well, let me lift that up, so hopefully it will show you that, and then back down. Then what color? Oh, come on. Sorry about that. Trying to get the... Ah, thank you. This is the purple one. Amethyst Magic. Sorry if I'm saying them funnily. Like that. I love this purple. Again, the diluted version. Do you want to see all the colors? Let me just try to scroll down the chat. So if you have any questions, I'll be answering them later, because now it's a bit hard to watch the chat. But I'll try to see now if you want to see all the colors or just get on with the actual techniques or project. Let me just open a couple. That one. Again, I need red amber. It says red amber, but I think that's a lovely copper tone. And lately I've been drawn to vintage kind of color palette, old paper, tea colors. So that's really something I like. Yes, all the colors. Okay. All the colors I have, actually, to be precise, because I'm missing a few. 3 to be precise. Then let's see. This one is Fire Ruby. Goes perfectly with one of the new collections, Midnight Garden. Really rich, fiery red tone. Here we go. Diluted version. And hopefully I can fit the last one in. And here. This one is called, come on, Vintage Gold. Finally, I have the lid here. Let's do it this way because I'm running out of space. I thought I had plenty, but nope. And here. So as you can see, there's not much color change in this. So no Opal Magic versions, which is a good thing in a way. But with the diluted versions, there is a change because you can see the color better on top of black. But they still have a lovely kind of mica and luster shine to them, even though they are really diluted. There's a lot of water here. And still they stay put after drying. Not sure if I would put my finger to the wet paint, it will go everywhere, but I really quickly try to get rid of the biggest pools of water here. So you can see, here they are. So now that we have done the colors, let's do something fun. Let me show you this, for example. It's a journal page with the icing paste in 3 ways. There's the stenciled ones because they are so thick and creamy, so it's really easy to stencil with them. It doesn't bleed. And then as they are thick, you can draw shapes. So I've added icing paste in that, inside of the bottle cap, and then draw my end of the paintbrush to get this kind of a rose shape, and you can even stamp on them. Let's do that. Let's do the stenciling and stamping. So I have one of the new Finnaber stencils here. And well, let's use the wood. Now they're falling apart. There we go. Let's use the fire ruby. So, like in any medium, the less you work in a single place, the better the pattern. So if you go over and over again, it starts bleeding more easily than if you just go quickly around. So I'm just applying the paste and then working it through. And a beautiful pattern. You can even get the teeny tiny lace bits with the paste because it's so creamy and heavy. And I have actually a bucket of water underneath the table so I can just throw my stencil in. Well, let's do two things here. Stamping and something else. If you're stamping on top of something like modeling paste, so a thick paste, the layer needs to be somewhat thick. Because if it's just a teeny tiny amount, you can get anything showing. And the surface needs to be a bit dry, not thoroughly, and these dry really fast. So if you're using a heat tool, be careful not to overheat it. And the trick is to wet your stamp. This is just water, so I'm spritzing it with water and then pressing it to the icing paste and then removing it. And naturally, you need to then clean your stamp. If there's little grooves, if it's really oiled, then you might even need to use a brush to get rid of those. But as you can see, here's the moon shape from this set. It's from the Art Daily category, so you can even stamp that. Naturally, you don't get the eyes, but you can still see it's this stamp. But something bulkier, like a texture stamp, those will work better. Let me see if you can get the picture there. And what you can also do, as they are creamy and acrylic based, so they boil, so you can create this kind of crocodile skin bubbles if you overheat it, which I normally say you don't do, but let's see if I have thick enough layer, because with this technique you actually need some bulky layer to get it boiling. Let's see if I can get it underneath the camera so you can see. There you go. As you can see, there's just a teeny tiny bit. That one started to boil, so let's add more. A thicker layer. You need to be exactly precise with this technique. And these pastes are also really handy for freestyle type of work. So if you just want to paint with kind of textured pastes, you can use your silicone brush or palette knife and really create a dimensional painting using the icing pastes. They have a lovely shine. I'm not sure if it's translating through the video, but they are really shiny. Now you can probably see that it starts to bubble. There's a huge bubble there. And crackling sound. Normally this would be something that's to be avoided, but if you want this type of texture, then boiling medium is really handy. Even though it bubbles really high, it doesn't stay that way. And there, teeny tiny bubbles, here a big bubble. So that would be, again, something maybe you can start with, create this textured background and then go forth. So another technique, then let's see what else I have. Let me see all the samples. Well, let me show you this one, the altered heart. There's the stenciled pattern here with the rose gold. Then this one, the copper one, the red amber. Then I stamped, and naturally then I put everything on top so you can't even see it. But this one, the embellishment, I've added some micro beads to the icing paste. And I thought during now maybe we could try, because I usually add glitter and micro beads on top, because if you add them to the paste, like mix it with it, it makes a different kind of effect. But let's try. I also have some texture paste and mini art stones, so let's try them all. The first one, I'm sprinkling everything on top. Then let's mix some micro beads. And some micro beads on top. It's really what you're after, because this, if you mix it with the paste, then the shine or the color of, come on, focus, of the micro beads lost. But if you add it on top, you get kind of two colors. So if you want something grainy, then mix it. If you want the two colors to show, then add it on top. Again, what you're after is the key. Let's do another one with glitter this time. Glitter on top. And the icing paste even has some, like, you can use it as adhesive. These two shapes are adhered with the icing paste, but it's not holding as like tightly as I would hope it would. So I would recommend using the good old 3D gel for adhering. But if you want to add paper, for example, in some parts, this will do it. So here, again, on top, you can see the glitter really shining. And here it's more subtle shine. I'm not sure if the camera is actually even picking it up, but there's some shine extra to the actual paste. But again, the color of the glitter is almost gone. You can't see the two colors. Then let's try the mini art stone still. Those I mix in, and the texture paste. The texture powder really thickens everything. These are thick as they are, but let's try what that does. Well, here's without and here's with. So it dulls the shine as I thought it would and makes it a bit grainy. So if you're not, well, not glittery person, but if you want to hinder the shine just a little bit, then adding texture powder will do it. And then let's try. These are going all over the place. Let's see if I can get them. Quite good. Here we go. It's almost same texture as adding micro beads, but you can somehow see the whiteness because those icing pastes are not totally opaque. Whereas this is micro beads and this is the mini art stones. Again, you can mix it with different items. Naturally, you can mix it even with impasto paints if you want. Again, dull the shine because impasto paints are opaque and they are what's even the word for non-glossy? Matte. Thank you. Sorry, I'm lost for words. So that's these techniques and that I've shown. And this is just the icing paste, sorry, resisting the watercolors. Shall I do that one next? And please do say, Sharon, could you, because I ask all the time that people can say and then I forget to watch the comments. So if you want me to, for example, do the heart, please just add it to the comment and Sharon, can you please message that one to me so I actually know what to do? Or if you want me to do the journal page, just let me know. Oh, I'm here all for you. What you want. Oh, these were done, the backgrounds, like I did this green stuff. So I just picked up the lid, press it to the vintage cards, like these alpha cards, and then added embellishments on top. Really easy. It's like 5 minutes and you're done. And these are stenciling, but on a transparent. So if it's on top of something, it's almost like the paste is floating in the air. And these are flexible after drying. So as you can see, I'm bending the plastic and nothing falls off. The pastes are really there and with the glorious shine. And if you want me to do those, just say journal page, journal page. I think it's the journal page. Sorry. So let's do the watercolor resist. Last thing here, and then I'll do the journal page. Let me move that away. Let's do glow on this one. And use the paste in a mold. I actually didn't even try because these two, like comparing to Prima modeling paste, which you can use in a mold, these are, how would you say, creamier. So I would feel if I with a little, like a really thin mold, that might work. But if the mold is really like dimensional, like Prima molds, I think that this one will not survive. The pattern will not survive then when you get the stuff out of the mold. I did think about it, but I assumed it didn't work, so sorry, I didn't test it. But compared to the modeling paste, naturally you can mix those, but modeling paste has some white pigment in it, so the shine doesn't come out as like shiny and lovely as it is now. But what you could do is try mixing it with texture powder and then do the molding, or then what you can naturally do is use the icing paste as kind of a paint and do the molding with, for example, hot glue. That's really fast, and then add the icing paste on top. Oh, great minds think alike, Shara. You just said it. So I just stenciled the pattern, do the cardstock, and now I'm really quickly drying it so that when I add the watercolor, I don't smudge it all over. It's done. And then let's add maybe a darker blue. As you can see, it resists the watercolor. So you get this two-tone effect. There's the golden and the blue. And this is vintage gold, so it's perfect for like those vintage type of projects as well. Here we go. Really quickly again drying, because then I can wipe some of the paint off from the paste to get it more shiny. Okay, where's my... Okay. I should have a baby whip. Let's do it if I can just... Here we go. Sorry about the awful noise. Like that. So now let's do the journal page. Finally doing something than just playing with these. So here, oops, let's put that aside. And maybe I'll do a loose leaf so I can actually check what I did. Whoops. Somewhat the same size, or then I just use another journal. Easier that way. So let's get another journal here. Haha. I have too much stuff on the table. If you soon hear me falling, it's just I've tripped over the icing paste jars, but now. So the first thing I made was a stencil and the icing paste. Maybe I should make the only problem is that doesn't. Sorry. Oh, perfect. Let me see who it was. Claudia has tried the icing paste with mold and it worked perfectly. thank you for the information. That was good. Because I wasn't sure, because these are so creamy. So I was afraid that they are too soft to be used in molding compared to the modeling paste. But like you said, Claudia, these are kind of the finishing touch. So maybe use them on top of the project rather than doing big pieces of molding with these. So here, as you can see, this is one of my favorite stencils from the new Finnaber line. I love the kind of Art Deco feel it has. And then let's draw. Yeah, I can totally understand, Penny, that you need this color in your life. I love it. It's, well, as you can see, it's in several of my samples as well. Truly a gorgeous color, and goes with a vintage type of palette as well. There we go. Then let's see. Actually, I should have had it at the same time. No use like drawing it twice, but let's see if I can get the moon shape here. If not, then I'll do something else. To me, it's all about kind of playing with stuff and letting the project actually to lead you and not be fixed with a certain idea. Because sometimes, even if you think something went wrong, it ends up being better than you expected. Then where's Mr. here? The water is kind of acting as a safeguard to the stamp, kind of a lubricant. Just a teeny tiny touch. Maybe I'll need to press a bit more. Better. Not sure if you can see it. Move it this way. Not perfect sun there, but you can definitely see that there's something. Okay, now focus again to here. Hello. Come on. Thank you. Oh, and what I've done here as well, it's easier to show on this side. I've used two colors. So I'm a bit dull using just one, because you can naturally mix them while you make something. And then my kind of favorite way to use this palette is this kind of tea color. Then maybe some red here and there. And as you can see, I don't think that much. I'm just applying the color. Maybe a hint of purple here and there. And as you can see, I move my brush quite a lot when adding the color. So there's not this, you don't get that kind of a painted feeling. It's more like loose, just a blob of color. And then what I have been doing and still am doing always is the splashes. not only they add interest to the otherwise kind of open spaces, which you also need for the eye to rest, but they hide the edge as well. So it's not a definite, hey, I painted some watercolor on top, but it more looks maybe, I'm not sure if organic would be a good way to say it, but it's more like really. Yeah, it's kind of Africa. Yeah, true. Never been to Africa, but as I use a lot of kind of triangle shape, kind of African shape in my work, so maybe definitely need to go someday. So here we go, a couple of walls. Right. Then let's see. What would be? This is from the Art Daily collection. And it's never too late to be what you might have been. Show up, pretty brave. Maybe I'll use that one. And then let's add it here. And I've been so fantastically prepared that I don't have scissors. So let's see. The book page is actually something from I found in a paper recycling box that we had, and my co-worker thought that I was a bit crazy because it was in my last job, the recycling box, as I was rummaging all the old books from there. Because just look at the tone of the paper. I mean, wow, it's gorgeous. Naturally, you can get something like that with tea, but this is all ready to go. I just kind of tore and cut some pieces of the page, stapled them together, and that would be it. Then I need a horizontal line because this kind of the paste is working as a vertical, this is called, yeah, vertical line. I need something to go over this. A lace would be good. Let's see. Sorry about the rummaging. I have the materials for the part ready, but not for this one. But luckily, all my stash is really near, as I craft in our living room. So, what about that? No, that's two-dimensional. What about that? Yeah, that's okay. Let's use it. Maybe a couple of pieces of twine. Like so. And then I'll use the stapler again. Naturally, you could use double-sided tape or even gel medium as the adhesive. But if you glue something fluffy, let's say soft as lace and twine the whole way, it's usually losing something of its softness. So if you just adhere it here and there, you can still kind of sense the softness, but it's still staying put. So those are going to be there. Then I need the metallic still and some stamping. But let's add, as I had the flowers here, maybe I'll add one of those. And then I need something underneath that one. Let's use a couple of foam dots. I'm hoping we're finishing on time. And I hope you enjoy seeing that what I'm doing and have ideas about it. I've seen that in the comments there's messages that you have actually been playing with the icing paste already, which is good. But I hope I have sparked maybe some new thing for you, a new way to use them or experiment. It's all about kind of mixing and matching and seeing what works for you, because naturally what is working for me, what's my style, might not be what's your style and what you want to do with a medium. Okay, now where did I put there? There's that one. Then some mechanicals. I got a present from Anna. This is my darling pouch, which holds her, or like these treasures that she has designed. No, that's too big. That one. Maybe let's cut this one in half. So I can use some here and the other part here. Yay. Here we go. And then let's glue them. There. Oh, come on. There. A bit over and under. There and there. Then let's do the kind of rose thing, but I'm thinking I'm using the rose gold again for the rose. There we go. I think my palette knife is too big to fit in, so let's use a brush. First add some paste in. Not that delicate with some kind of rose pattern. So I just applied the paste in, and then, as you could see, swirled it with the end of the paintbrush. Let me see, show you a close-up. So it's kind of a rose pattern there, and then I guess just a bit stamping here and it's done. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. I think I'll add a drop of glue because I can't reach this point with the stapler. So just a drop so that they will stay where they are supposed to be. Like that. Maybe I'll add the stamping. Using a permanent ink, as I might have an urge to add something later on. Let's use Collect Moments. Come on, go. All wobbly, but maybe that's fine. And then some texture, little sun. There we go. Like that. Let's call it ready. So there's a pile of stuff in my table right now, but also these guys, which the whole show was about, the icing pastes. So once again, thank you so much for coming today. Thank you, Sharon, for moderating. And I've seen that there's a lot of commenting, which is really great. I can't wait to read them through and see if there's any questions that I can answer. And well, thank you so much. I hope you have the most wonderful and creative 2019. And well, I'll be seeing you around. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye.